Today I would like to talk about how to release the souls that are leaving this world. Many of you might have heard about the term, the soul trapping game. This is a real thing within our dimension, however you want to call it. This dimension is this world, this world, this planet has been hijacked by very dark forces. I want you to kind of like try to listen to what I'm saying as a story, okay? Because it will help your subconscious mind understand it better. If you try to overthink it and logicalize it, it will sound insane, and it is insane. This world is insane. So I want you to imagine a cow farm that raises cows for food. This is what this planet is. It is a farm to raise humans for food for other beings in other dimensions. Yes, this sounds crazy. That's why I said listen to it as a story. Okay, you don't have to believe me, just listen to it as a story. There is a reason why human trafficking and child trafficking is the biggest industry on this planet, even though it's hidden from us. There is a reason why child killing and child raping is done not just killing the child and raping the child, but it's done with trauma, with severe trauma. And this is not, I want you to understand, this does not just happen to the children or people who are being human trafficked. This is happening to everyone who's not awakened and aware of what's happening. This is happening to most human beings on the planet. Most human beings are traumatized. We are traumatized by Hollywood movies, by the news, by horrible things that are happening here, by our parents, by someone close to us. Trauma can happen in many levels, in many ways. And the reason why this world is like basically a living hell, in the reality that it is because when the soul is traumatized, it can be so easily not only hijacked but manipulated and controlled to move in other dimension. To wherever the dark source or the being or the entity or the demon wants it to go. Trauma is multidimensional. Trauma is not just happening to you in this physical plane and then when you die it goes away. Trauma stays with your soul forever and ever unless you are aware of it, you are conscious, and you take back the control over your life and your power. Now, I had a wonderful talk with one of my good sisters, and we spoke about our grandmothers who both died around 3 years ago and both had some sort of Alzheimer kind of situation in their last few days. Now, this is happening to a lot of old people when they die on this planet. This happens because of a lot of bad nutrition, bad drugs that the doctors prescribe to the people, and also, again, spiritual trauma. Or even mental trauma that has happened to the person sometimes in their life. It all comes back in the last days. The last days of a human life is very intense. A lot of things are happening behind the scenes that we can't see in the psyche of the person. And guys, I'm not one to discuss. I'm not here to give you any scientific reasons, or this is bullshit to me. I'm giving you the energetic reasons of what I'm seeing energetically and spiritually. Now, when a person in their last days is forgetful, even if the doctors don't necessarily say they have Alzheimer, but they could get a little confused and disoriented and forget things. The soul trapping game on this earth by these demonic entities and human beings, it works in a way that it creates that subconscious trauma. It works in a way that in the last few days that the human is alive, it's just, I'm sorry it takes me, it's just so hard to explain this in words, because it's all so complex energetically, but I'm trying to explain it in words and kind of like I'm just trying to explain it logically, but it's very difficult, so thank you for bearing with me. Once the soul leaves this body, when it's in a state of such low vibration, whether it's from, food or, again, anything else that's happened to the soul, even if the person died a very beautiful death, it doesn't matter. The soul is still manipulated and it's still being controlled by these dark forces, meaning that the soul is kind of like what's the word, recycled back and brought back into this planet again to be another food for these demons. And food, there are some entities there are some entities, humans and non-humans, that actually eat human flesh and blood, but a lot of them are also eating our energy. They're consuming our energy. So we are basically cattle for them. Now, when a soul is dying and it's not awakened, or it's not cleansed enough, the body is still heavy and low vibrational, it's very easily controlled. It's not connected to they're not connected to their higher self. So they're still under the control of the dark forces. They will be manipulated back onto this planet. This is why being forgetful in your last few days helps that process, because when you die, basically when you leave your body, what we call death, because there is no death, when you leave your body, you are just being recycled back here to be another slave to another lifetime. Now, this is all happening for a reason. All these things that are happening to human beings are happening for a reason. We have to learn to, first of all, when we're alive here on this planet, again, to awaken, to cleanse our body, our mind, our heart, our spirit. It starts with the food that we eat. We got to stop consuming dead flesh and blood of animals. That's the lowest vibrational thing on the planet. We must stop giving vaccines to our children. We must take care of our physical body. They're our light vessels. Second, again, we got to do shadow work. We got to be responsible and aware and take responsibility for all our emotions. Emotions are power. Emotions are energy. And fear, which is an immense amount of energy and life force, which they are feeding off. We have to be in control over our fear, over our shadows. And I'm doing I did a video yesterday, and I'm going to release a couple more this week about the subject. So stay tuned and listen, and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get more of my videos, because it's so important right now that we know these things, okay? If you have a loved one who recently died, or even died a few years ago, it doesn't matter, or just died, you have a grandmother, grandfather, anyone that you know who passed away at some point in the past, keep talking to them through the astral and tell them constantly, you are free. You are free. You can go wherever you want. That's why I keep telling my grandma, I kept telling her for 2 years, you are free. You can go wherever you want. You are free. You are free. You do not have to come back here. Of course, a soul can come back here if they want to, if they still have a mission to do here, but they should be the one to choose, not their trauma, not their fear, not the fact that they've been controlled. So I hope this helped and give you something to kind of like understand. Again, this is stuff I can talk about for hours, and it's so I'm struggling to find the physical words to explain, because I am understanding it and I'm seeing it and learning it in an energetic way, and it's kind of like I have to translate it to words, and it's sometimes very difficult. So I hope that you kind of like understand and can use this information to begin and go within yourself, close your eyes, feel it, meditate on it, and see where it takes you. You are free. I want us all to be free and be in our full power again once more. My book Sex Magic Evolution is out, so go down to the link below and get it. It will change your life if you're really serious about your awakening process, and using your life force and your sexual powers in the best way possible as a human being, and creating a sacred union that will create a better reality, a safer reality for us and our children, because they deserve it and we deserve it. I am a priestess of the temple. I am a servant of the Mother. I am the embodiment of the Mother on earth, and I pray for the awakening of all men, women, and children on planet Earth. Thank you.